Yo guys, welcome back to Cryptoria. Today I'm going to be covering Oasis network, but before I do, I'll appreciate if you like, subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you know when I upload. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. So what is the Oasis network? The Oasis network is a layer 1 decentralized blockchain network designed to be uniquely scalable, private first and versatile. The network has two main architectural components, the consensus layer and the paratime layer. The consensus layer is scalable, high throughput, secure, proof of stake consensus run by a decentralized set of validator nodes. The paratime layer hosts many parallel runtimes, paratimes, each representing a replicated compute environment with a shared state. So before I do go over the price analysis, I do want to go over some technology highlights that is mentioned in the white paper as well. So it does show it separates consensus and execution in two layers, the consensus layer and the paratime layer, which I did already mention before. The separation of consensus and the execution allows multiple paratimes to process transactions in parallel, meaning complex workloads processed in one paratime won't slow down faster, simpler transactions on another. The paratime layer is entirely decentralized, allowing anyone to develop and build their own paratime. Each paratime can be developed in isolation to meet the needs of a specific application, such as a confidential compute, open or closed committees, and more. The network's sophisticated discrepancy detection makes Oasis more efficient than sharding and parachains, requiring a smaller replication factor for the same level of security. The network has broad support of confidential computing technology as well. So that's just a quick brief of the technology highlights as well. So going over the price analysis, Oasis network, ticker name being Rose, is doing really well at the moment in the top 100, currently ranked 90th. I will be going over both the website and the white paper later as well. Currently the price is doing really well, nearly up 10% of the last 24 hours, just circulating over that 40 cent level. Current market cap is doing really well as well, over 1.4 billion, and the circulating volume is just shy of that 850 million. Going over the chart very briefly, so it was circulating underneath that 3 cent level back in 2020 until it did have that massive surge to around that 20 cent level, and then dipped all the way back down to those lows around that 5 cent level, and did have that massive spike again around that 30 cent level before a slight dip, and then that massive surge to around that 50 cent level. So that's just a quick brief about that. In terms of where you guys can buy it, definitely the best place being a Binance. You can trade against the USDT or BUSD, but you could trade against the other exchanges as well. So guys, I will be going over the white paper now. So I have jumped over onto the white paper where it does illustrate what goals Oasis Protocol is all about. So design goals and principles of goals. We want to make the Oasis blockchain platform flexible, extensible, scalable, secure, and a better fault isolated. Here's what we mean. So flexible, it should be an easy to modify system parameters to accommodate different deployment scenarios. For example, constraints on paratime nodes. Extensible, the system should be reasonably easy to extend by adding new components to implement different functionalities or semantics. Scalable, the total transaction throughput of the system should increase with the total number of nodes, ideally in a linear fashion, even for complex transactions. For secure, the system should be able to enforce security policies that are impossible for earlier blockchain systems, allowing a greater breadth of applications. In particular, in addition to the supporting verifiable computations, the system also supports the ability to perform those computations in private, using confidential state or inputs. For the last one as well, it's fault isolated. So fault isolation is a basic component of fault tolerance. We want our system to be fault tolerant both in terms of security for isolation, so that security vulnerability in one component should not compromise the security on the other component, and in terms of performance fault isolation, so that performance problems in one component does not utterly affect the performance in the rest of the system. So that's just some key goals this project is going for. So guys, I will be jumping over onto the website now. I've jumped over onto the Oasis Foundation website where you could see a new era for blockchain. The Oasis network is a privacy-enabled blockchain platform for open finance and responsible for data economy. So you go ahead and check out that video as well. In terms of getting involved, you can join the Telegram, start building, applying for grant and be an ambassador and run a node. So going over here, meet the Oasis network. So private and scalable DeFi. By bringing privacy and scalability to DeFi, the Oasis network expands DeFi beyond early adopters to mass market. It enables private smart contracts, high scalability, and the ability to tokenize data. This unlocks new use cases like private lending and collateralized loans and private automated market makers. So that's just a bit about the private, scalable, and DeFi. There's tokenizing data as well. The Oasis network unique combination of confidential computing and blockchain enables a new paradigm called tokenized data. With tokenized data, users can earn rewards by staking their data with apps that want to analyze it or control how their most sensitive information is consumed by the services they use. Parallel smart contract layers. The Oasis Paradigm scaling architecture supports fast transaction speed, high scalability, and large workloads by separating execution from consensus. Anyone could create their own paradigm, allowing for the Oasis network to support a rich ecosystem of applications and use cases. So that's just a bit about the Oasis network as well. Going over the technology highlights, I did already mention this before. So they are scalable, reliable, and versatile, parallel workloads, confidential smart contracts, and efficient design. Go ahead and learn more as well if you guys want to know a bit more about it. The rapidly growing community as well. You go ahead and check out the Telegram for upcoming news as well. And over here they do have a little bit of a news article which is on their Medium page. You can see their partners. They've got such big partners such as Stakefish, Polychain Labs, Oasis Labs, and so on as well. So they got a whole bunch of partners as well. So that's just a quick brief on their website. So I will be jumping over onto the dev portal now. So I've jumped over onto the dev portal /mainnet where it does illustrate what you can do. So build on the Oasis mainnet, the leading layer 1 blockchain that supports confidential and Ethereum compatible smart contracts. So you can start building today. In terms of what you want to do, you can learn more about Oasis, run a node, build a D app, view documentation, and join the community as well. In terms of why you want to build Oasis, you can see here, do you care about privacy? Do you care about scalability? How about ease of use? The Oasis platform provides all this and more. So just a brief about what you can do: scalability, tailor your needs, privacy first blockchain, low gas fee, high rewards, ease of development, and data monetization, and top tier community. So this is just some, as you can see, they got so much more, but this is just some of why you want to build on Oasis. Just going over, for example, low gas fees. Take advantage of low gas fees, more than 99% cheaper than Ethereum, to build economically viable and affordable DApps. So this is huge, especially if you're doing stuff on Ethereum. You know the gas fees is absolutely ridiculous. So these guys promise a 99% cheaper than Ethereum. So that is huge. That's just one of them as well. For example, another one as well is high rewards. Build a sustainable business model. The network rewards stakers with rewards up to 20% depending on the length of time staked to help secure the network. So that's huge, up to 20% depending on obviously the length of time staked to help secure the network. But that's just huge as well. Going down again, you can see here as well, you get a grant to build an Oasis with a pool of 1.5 million USD in roles available for grants. The Oasis Foundation is eager to help fund new projects. If you got a great idea for improving the Oasis network or inspired to build a new DeFi protocol, D-app, or privacy first product, we'd love to hear about it. So if you want to apply for a new project or stuff like that, you can go ahead and get a grant as well. You can see they got a lot of funding as well available. So you can obviously see here, if you're ready to get started, you can go ahead and build a privacy centric D-app, build an Ethereum D-app as well. You can go ahead and build that as well. And you can see the resources, so Oasis network information, community made tools, GitHub, developers FAQ, Oasis network whitepaper and documentation, and you can see as well who they're partnered up as well. As you can see, they're on BMW Group, Binance, Kara, Keyless, and so on. They got a lot of partnership as well, and you could check out the community as well for ongoing help as well. So that's just a quick brief on why you want to build on mainnet, why you want to build on the Oasis protocol as well. So I will be jumping over onto the Rose token now. I've jumped over onto the Rose token section where it does illustrate what this ticker name is all about and what this token is all about as well. The Rose token, learn about the Oasis token economics. So what is a Rose token? Rose is the native capped supply utility and settlement token for the Oasis network. It is used for staking and delegating on the Oasis consensus layer and the smart contract operations that require fees in paratimes. So you can learn more about it as well. In terms of the quick overview of the Rose token, so the supply, the Rose native token is capped supply token. The circulating supply at launch will be approximately 1.5 billion tokens and the total cap will be fixed at 10 billion tokens. The token utility, the Rose token is used for transaction fees, staking and delegation at the consensus layer, and staking rewards, approximately 2.3 billion tokens will be automatically distributed on-chain as staking rewards to stakers and delegators for securing the network over time. So that's just a quick overview of the token. In terms of how you could earn the Rose token, you can earn it by participating in the community, earn it by becoming a validator, and earn it by getting a Rose grant. So you can go ahead and check this as well. You go and obtain more information about the Rose on CoinMarketCap as well. In terms of how to stake rewards, did you know you could earn more Rose as rewards whilst also contributing to the security of the Oasis network? So you can see as well a bit more information how you could actually stake your rewards and in terms of how you can store your rewards as well. So that's just a quick overview of the actual Rose token. So guys, I will be jumping over some recent news now. In terms of recent news, I have jumped over onto CoinMarketCap where you can see here Oasis network. On today, in fact, there was an accelerator info session. So jumping over here, you can see here, join us on Monday 22nd of November as we discuss crypto/blockchain adoption from finance to fintech to DeFi and introduce our new accelerator plus funding. So hopefully some of you guys were able to actually join this as well and be able to see where these guys are going to. It's more of like an update in terms of what they're doing as well. And you can see as well Oasis Accelerate Roadshow number 1. So it was already gone. You can see here 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. GMT. So it's pretty much finished right now. But if you were able to join, hopefully there was some key intakes you could have taken as well in terms of what these guys are doing as well. And keeping you guys updated as well, which is a huge step forward as well, keeping interacted with the hodlers as well. So guys, I will be jumping over to price prediction now. So guys, yes, whatever has been waiting for, the price analysis. So I have highlighted the all-time high level around that 46 cent level and I have marked out this trend line. You can see here it did touch that 2 times over here, but don't ever think it's going to touch that 3rd time. If it does, it's going to be a massive drop to around that 10 cent level. You can see around here that 10 cent level, but if it does touch it would have been a good time as well to pick some up, even for that quick 4x to back to the all-time high. So that is what I'm thinking of that. Jumping onto monthly again, have drawn out this Fibonacci and you can see clearly has done a massive perfect in fact retracement to around that 200% level back down there. So I have marked out there to there and has retraced back down here, that clean level of retracement back here and that correction to these bullish months over here. So it was 5 bullish months ever since then. Back in 2021 there was massive 5 bullish months and it did have that massive correction back down here as well. Created that nice level of support around that 5 cent level, around that 78.6 level as well, and it did have bullish months ever since then. So for the last 6 months or so it was very bullish, and ever since here you can see there it did have that massive wick up and it did correct it for the last couple of months as well, and it did smash past that 127, 141 and 168, nearing touching that 200% level. So that's just a quick brief for that as well. Going over to the weekly, have broken this down very good as well. You can see here I have marked out these level of zones. So there's resistance level around that 26 cent level, that resistance turn support around that 16 cent level, and that very strong level of support around that 5 cent level. So I have highlighted here some arrows which illustrates where I think price might be heading to. So I have put this A scenario here which I think, you know, just completely turning support next week and just going completely bullish over here towards that 50 cent level, or it might break down further. You can see here this week, in fact last week was very bullish. So what it might do is either have that nice correction back down towards its resistance level around that 26 cent level before creating level of support and going back up towards a new high towards that 50 cent level, or scenario C is either completely breaking that down, breaking the level of supports, going down here and ranging between that 16 cent level to that 26 cent level maybe, or what what it might do is either break that, create level of support and going back up. So that's scenario C, and scenario D is either just breaking this level of support, completely breaking this down, going towards that 5 cent level. But I don't ever think that's going to happen, but if it does, guys, it does. I just want to give you a clear indication of these scenarios, and hopefully one of these plays out. So the first scenario, as I said quickly, I just completely going bullish. Second scenario, going back down, clean this level of candle, create level of support and going back up. Third scenario is ranging between these ranges here before creating level of supports again and going back up, or completely breaking down, maybe ranging here and then going back up as well. So that is what I think. In terms of daily, have created this ascending triangle. You can see here from that spike over there to there, it did completely break above, retested it nicely and completely went bullish ever since. So the last couple of days has been very bullish here, broken this level of resistance as well around that 26 cent level region before completely going up. So there was that resistance form, that support form as well around that 23 cent level, and it has been very bullish ever since then. It has played out this ascending triangle very well. So that is just a quick understanding of ascending triangles as well. I have marked up this arrow just to show you that retest level. So if you did pick up then, it would have been a quick pick as well, quick flip, a quick 2x as well from there to around there. Very good quick flip if you did pick up there. So from this scenario, you can see this daily today has been very bearish. As you can see, a lot of people must have sold up thinking obviously the new all-time high. People are happy with profit, so they would be able to sell off as well. So what I think either from here is either going to be back down to this level of resistances around here before going back up, similarly to what I said over here. This is just a quick breakdown as well. In terms of the other daily, I have marked down here as well. So I have locked down this zone over here, this resistance around that 72 cent level, and that level of resistance over here as well around that 33 cent level. So what I see happening now in the A scenario is either just completely flipping this daily and turning bullish and going fully bullish and going up here to that new all-time high before creating level of support around that resistance level and going up towards a new high towards that 15 cent level, or all breaking down and ranging between these levels for quite some time before creating maybe a double bottom pattern before going up towards a new high is what I'm thinking in terms of short term especially. So that is my prediction in terms of where I think Rose is going. So guys, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe and turn on bell notification for all future videos. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.